Okay, guys, it's been a minute. Welcome back to the grind. I have been up and down. Well, I haven't been up and down. I've just been doing a couple of things, but I've been trying to be consistent. Actually, took a trade. This is a live trade I did, although I blew it again, but it was an NZD USD trade, and I also took a. I think I did take a Euro USD trade. I took this trade, as you can see. I thought it would indication correction, the 4-hour time frame, it would sell back down, but it didn't. It only sold till here, then bought back up. I thought it would continue going back up, and then it went back down. So I am learning things each and every day as I try to be consistent. But let me just see the kind of trades that I'm not going to be analyzing every trade. I'm going to be looking at high probability trade. At first, this was a high probability trade, but I failed because, as you can see, let me scale maybe into 30 minutes. When price came back here, I thought it would. So it did sell. This was correct. Price came back down, up. So I thought when the next time price comes below this level, it will sell. Sold, but they barely hit with a week, then bought back up. So when I scaled in the 4-hour time frame, this is how it is. This is that below this level. This is the indication in the 4-hour time frame, the correction. So I thought the correction is over because I saw price come back down here, of which it was, but then it stopped and went back up. So I got wicked out here. Actually, I was actually going full margin, but blew it because of this. And then I thought if price is still buying, it might decide to buy all the way till this level, then sell, because in the 4-hour time frame, you see, in the 4-hour time frame, below this level there are sellers. So I thought it would sell all the way till up here. Buy it all the way till up here, but I was wrong. So I blew an account, but then I have promised myself, regardless of blowing an account or not, I will be practicing, even if it is demo account, because it's just something about consistency. And all I can say is it will work out, and it does work out sometimes, it doesn't sometimes, but it will work out. Like currently I blew my real account, but in my demo I'm in profit of $90. I went full margin, but with 0.01 lots and I put a capital of 200. I lost some. I traded 2 pairs. This Euro USD, which I lost, of which I should have been in profit, and NZD USD. Now this one, same thing. In my real account, I opened 2 positions, the Euro and the NZD. Sorry. So in the NZD, as you can see, same thing. Indication, correction, also the continuation. But it did exactly what Euro USD did and bought. Then now it's all below this level. So trick. The market does what it wants. You can barely struggle with it. Those are just tricks. For example, here, even in this level, you would say indication, correction, and you would actually I know ideally we do this. Yeah, we do this because you're trading with a trend. It is a downtrend, indication, correction, continuation, but it weeks you out. Buys, sells a bit, buys, sells a bit. So this just shows that I need to polish myself. I need to polish this skill so that I know when I'm getting in. Not every trade is not every opportunity is a trade. So right now I'm in this sales, but it's a demo. So right now I also need to look for capital, and I'm thinking of trying a funded account because flipping a two-figure account is one of the hardest things ever. But yeah, so I need to put that into plan because bigger capital gives you room enough to trade, and I think I need to talk about that too. It's called I need to talk about the trading part because it's not just the technical analysis. There's the leveraging, the layering, the leveraging, and what. And I would like to do that with actual live examples instead of just doing it. So I analyzed this trade. This was Thursday last week. It's exactly 1 week ago because today is Thursday. So bears, bully, there were buyers in the market. Price was bullish. So above this level, I'm sure every trader thought, most traders who trade gold thought above this level, price would buy till this level, potentially reaching this high over here. That high. This high, if you can see it clearly, let me add brightness. So, but you need to learn, I need to learn how to listen to the market and follow what the market is telling me, not think of what the market is going to do, because the market will betray me. It will do whatever it wants to do. If it will sell, it will sell. If it will buy, it will buy. I need to position myself in a place where I'm riding the wave. So let me scale down. I remember I had a very good explanation as to why I took this. I thought, figure this trade would sell. Trying to remember it. So sellers are below this level. You see this high? They're sellers. Sellers. So price broke. It broke, reached this high, then sold. So first you begin by marking your highs and lows. So I marked my high, which is here. Price tapped this level, sold. Then price bought, broke this level, made another new high, sold. This is the thing about forex, it will do what it wants. So I know people will say that it will correct till this level, then buy, but you see it corrected till broke this level, the previous high, which is this one. So why did I take this sell? So what I was doing in an uptrend, this is price in an uptrend. So for price to break, price has to, number one, for the market structure to shift, either it makes lower highs and lower lows, or it breaks the previous, not even or, and it breaks the previous higher low. So you see this is higher low, high high, higher low, high high, higher low, high high, higher low, higher high. Now price can either come here, then sell. create this lower high, break, break this higher low, come back, not even necessarily all the way, then that's what it does, continue to sell. And I think this is what price has done. This is what price has done. If you can see this level over here, price did make a higher low, a high. So it's let me, should I use this? Yeah, maybe I should use this. Price made this high, made this low, broke this level, made this low. Okay, so actually let me explain first, then I'll mark. So price made this high, and below this high, this was the most recent higher low. So it sold and broke all the way here. Then it was looking for a high, because a structure, price follows structure, it has to go all the way looking for a high. So it bought all the way till here, then sold. Sorry about that. And sold all the way till here. So what is price showing with this move over here? Let me mark it. Let me mark it again now that I've explained. So a high. Let me say. Sorry. Follow this path. So a lower high, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, break, higher lower high, broke all the way. This is why price. You see, this sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. I think maybe this was news or something. But you see, we can't control price. So it could have decided to sell till here, then buy all the way back till here, then continue like that. But it sold aggressively till here, came here. This noise. You may think now this is an uptrend, but no, it's not noise. So let me reach there first, then let me explain. So if you want to know a change in shift of structure, this is the 1 hour time frame, the bigger time frame. That means we have to be extremely patient, because one kind of stick is 1 hour. That means you'll have to patiently be waiting. You can be working or doing chores or doing anything, drawing, listening to music, watching a movie, or anything. But you have to just be in sync with the market. And I'll talk about this in psychology. So you'll mark this low and stretch it. If you put an alarm, that means if you are able to put an alarm, that means this is the indication, the correction, price has to make a high. And how do you know it will correct till which level exactly? See this level? Actually, look at this. Look at this level. Price bought, you see this week? Let me zoom in. Do you see this? A structure. Let me copy this. Look at that. Huh? The correction was to make a lower high, and the lower high was to reach this level. Why? Because of the structure. So these are for extremely experienced individuals in forex trading, people like Trades by Sai, and hopefully you and I. It's a high risk trade, of course. You do this, you'd have hit there, this high, but it's not what I wanted to show you. So below this level, so when price reaches this 5,326.598, we sell. So it sold, retested, then sold. So over here it would make sense if price, you have to do this. And now where will you target? Of course, the first target would be this level. First target would be this level. But let's try and scale up to the bigger time frame and see. First of all, price is showing it's not interested in going on a new high, on an uptrend. So at this point, you just let it ride. You just let it ride and leave it be. So yeah, that was for this part. Let me cancel this. Because the higher time frame is our friend. I honestly believe, you see this level, this was the indication. Price barely corrected properly, but it did, and then broke another. So there are two indications: the first indication, the second indication. So you'd expect a correction and a continuation, but in this case, it just didn't play out. So this looks like just a lot of noise, consolidation. So taking a trade in between these are not trade zone. It's a high risk, extremely high risk. So it made a lower low, a lower high. What would you expect? A new lower low. So price was just ranging in between, and it broke. But why did I decide to put this position here? That's what we're trying to find out. There's a specific reason. I don't know why. I nailed it and then I forgot. Price below this level is selling, and then price broke up. So the next time price, yeah, so it did break, then it corrected. I think I had to scale down. So it did break, making this high. So that means anything above this level would be a buy. But as we can see this structure, it did break, but it made a lower high. You see, this high is lower than this high. Then it came back down. Let me use this. This was the high. It made a lower, came back to this level. This is this part. Came back to this level. So ideally it would have shot back up. I would expect this to come all the way back up. So the reason why I took the trade, actually, now I know, is because, although I didn't actually take this trade, but I practiced, I'm being honest, I'm trying to be as consistent as I can, even though I have the capital or not, so that it becomes like, when I see it, I just see it, I don't miss it. Some things, like when you see it, you can't unsee it. I want to reach that level. So yeah, as I am saying, a high, a higher low, a lower high, a lower low. So it broke this level. Can you see? It broke this level. Assuming it broke this level, came back, broke. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame and see if it has a clear structure. A lower high, a lower low. Okay. In the higher time frame, this lower high was made. So it had to make a lower low. The reason why I'm marking this level is because This isn't clear. All this is noise. There's a way you need to understand how to mark your structure, your key levels, regardless of the noise. Like, or noise can mean small consolidations or very small weird candlesticks like this. This is just confusion because if you are to scale down even into the, let's say, 30-minute time frame, how would you mark here? Okay, this would be a low, a lower low. Where is the lower high? Here. You, you see, this is what you're trying to avoid. This is what you're trying to avoid because this will confuse you as a trader. So you need to go with clear structure that is. See, this is just so much noise and it's confusing. So that is why in the 1 hour time frame, I it makes more sense. This was the lower high, lower low. So that I saw the because this level, the sellers below here, this blue line, the sellers here. And if you look at the 4 hour time frame, there are sellers also. Price was just selling, as I previously said in maybe 5 to 9, 10 minutes ago. I explained this part why there were sellers. Price is just showing downtrend, and the downtrend is a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And also, price did not break above this level, above 5,248.130. It didn't break above this black line. I figured it's bullish, bearish. So when price came to this level, take the risk, you mark this, and you scale it to the 4 hour time frame like you see here. First, you target this level, I did, but then I also said when price break comes to this level, and should price close below this level, which as you can see, it has closed above this level in the 4 hour time frame. This is it. It has closed below this level. It will target significant lows like this low because remember, below these sellers, below here sellers. You see, these are just indication, the seller. So the thing about this forex, this thing, especially gold, you need capital. Like, you need to have sufficient capital, and you need to know exactly how to trade in terms of leveraging and layering your position. Because a move like this in gold with someone who has money can make over $1 million. Or in Kenya shillings, if you used if you had, let's say, $1,000 and you used 0.05 3 times, I'm sure you'd have 3 times, 0.05 3 times, you'd have made a minimum of $5,000 because gold is very volatile and it has power. It's expensive. One move makes you crazy money, crazy fucking money. Like, it can change your life. You can even buy a car. So the thing here is, if you do not have such kind of money, you need to be able to sharpen the skill to have sniper entries. There are guys I follow who I'm trying to just learn from them, and they are fucking incredible. You need to know where to enter. So, for example, you enter here, you wait, you go, you then enter here. This means it's all, and you need to know whatever you are entering within the market, you can lose it. So it's risk management, or you go in or all out, or nothing. They say go home, go hard or go home. So 0.05, 0.05, same thing. Below sell. Huh? You would have made bank like fucking money. And this is something that I hope I will achieve. That's what I'm thinking. Should I just take a funded account? Because right now I'm currently jobless. And money to make money. But all in all, that brings me to other things that I should talk about because God works in mysterious ways. I was able to get something. I hope I will. But let me finish this analysis and then I'll talk to you guys. So, another thing is this, when you're in sync with the market, look at this. I don't know why price decided to do this to me. Should have just sold. No. But see, the market doesn't want you to make money. You're making money off it easily. No, you have to pay the price. You have to be consistent. That is why I want to just be doing an analysis. Whether I have the money or not, I want to be doing it. I want to be on it. Because one quality setup changes you forever. As you can see. Here. Here. So price fell. It didn't exactly reach down here. It decided to reverse from this level. I don't even know why. I just perfect example as to why I'm telling you price will do what it wants. So if you were to take this would be the target, of course, but apparently this is it. It's a 1:4. And if I scale into the, let's say, 15-minute time frame, you'd exit this trade over here. Over here, when price makes this high, and then higher low, and then breaks. So you'd exit here, and then buy. So these things, I keep on seeing them, and then price decided to come below this level. You see this purple line? Boom. Came up, came down. This is noise. This is noise. You need to be able to understand noise because it's not making a higher high, it's not making a higher low. It's making a lower high in an uptrend. But it's also making a higher low because this low is higher than this one. So you need to be able to differentiate noise. Then came up, came back down. Then you see, let me explain here perfectly. I hope this makes sense if you are watching this. So it was an uptrend in the 15-minute time frame. Sold here, but it decided to fake people out to grab liquidity. This is grabbing liquidity to remove all the sellers. Like me, I lost this trade to remove all the sellers. I don't know why I didn't analyze this. I think I need to be more serious. I need to be more serious. To grab liquidity, hit all the stop losses, which it did, and then look here. In an uptrend, price goes high, higher low, higher low, not that. So it made this high, but it made low. So you expecting price needs to make a higher high, but it did. It made a higher low. A higher low. What else did it do? It broke this purple line to make a lower high. Then what did it do? It retested to make a lower high. Then sold all the way. So here, you zoom out and target this level down here. Why am I saying that? This itself is telling us price has become bearish. You know why? It's made a lower high, lower than this high. It broke this purple line. When you scale out in the 1 hour time frame, below this level in the 1 hour time frame, they are sellers. Below this level, they are sellers. So what you would do, not that one, this short position, what you do is this. Take this level, put this high, and you would put this as your first take profit, this key zone, and then overall the second take profit maybe this level, this zone, and then your final take profit should be overall this level. But as I can see, it's like price is changing direction. So right now, oh, let me charge my phone. So right now it is either, you see this, you should have gotten, and you track it through here. So this is, let's say, the 1 hour time frame. So this is how many candlesticks? One. It's also closed below this level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 hours. 11 hours you're on this trade. 11 hours you're on that trade. So currently what is happening? You mark this level. Let's mark this level here. Let's mark this level here. Because this is a low. Because the 4 hour time frame is in a downtrend, you should be looking for sales. But the price is currently buying. So what I would do, ooh, look at that. I'd wait. We need to just wait. Yeah, we need to wait and see. So for us to take this sell, you can decide to risk it and take it over here, but the thing is, price can decide to buy, then sell. So you need something substantial, something like that makes sense. So if I were to mark here, I would Alt plus A, crossing down, and then create. But yeah, I don't have that stuff. I know I'm struggling. Or you can scale down also. You scale down, let's say go to the 5 minute time frame. When price breaks this level, you can buy, sell. But yeah, this is a really good example. Let me go to GBUSD and EURUSD actually work together. They are like, if it one sells, it sells. Look at this. You see, this is the indication. Look at this. Look at this. Sold, bought, indication. So much noise. Correction. Why did I enter? Why did I think this trade would sell? Because look at this time frame. Look at this big red engulfing candlestick closed below here. Let me scale into the 1 hour time frame. It was this one closed. Came back. Price doesn't want you to make money. The market doesn't want you to make money. So if you entered, you'd be in profit for just 1, 2, 3 hours, then loss for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. 7 hours loss. Then that's why you see, if you have a substantial amount, or you know how to risk, if you enter 0.01 and you have a $50 account, you can be able to sustain this drawdown. And then now it comes back, as you can see, back to this position. So below here there are sellers. So what happened is, whenever something to note, whenever price is trying to change structure, it has to break either a higher high. No, when price is moving from a downtrend to an uptrend, it has to break from a downtrend to an uptrend. It has to break the most recent lower high. Higher. Example is here. A high, a lower high, lower low. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Broke this level to make a high. High. Came back to retest this level, high low. Then high. High low. Then you see all this. You See how this? Failed, made a higher low. So what you do, you are supposed to mark, you're supposed to mark this high. This is where I was explaining to you the transition from a downtrend to an uptrend. So what you do here, you put this level. Makes sense, right? And then where would you target? This is the first part. I don't know, maybe here. Target this low. Or if I scale up to the 4 hour, target this demand zone here. Or you just be in the lookout for any movement, any changes in the market structure. Like you see here, it made a high, made a lower high, broke, made this. So this means, I think this, in this analysis that we are doing now with the, for those who are paying attention, price here is follow structure, but most importantly, we need to be able to be in sync with the market. That means we need to be, you know, like our pilot has hours and hours of flight time. Says, I have 10,000 hours of flight hours. And those are senior. 10,000 maybe is little. Others have 50,000 hours. That means they are on a plane most of their life for 50,000 hours. That's probably even more than a year. I don't know. Oops, sorry. Something happened. I do not know. I was watching again. 50,000 flight hours. In days. That's 2,083 days. 2,083 days. So it means you'd have 2,083 days always consistently in the market. So because we are watching this, you see, we are marking, okay, look at this. You see, we are marking this high, we're making this higher low, we're only making higher lows, because the overall trend was down. Now we are waiting to see if the market will change to become bearish. The overall market, first of all, let's go there, is bearish. So this is the correction. Now in this correction, you mark this part, lower highs. You need to be able to be clear, to see them clearly. Lower high, let me just mark. You mark this level. You mark this level. You mark that level. So that when price comes below, you can sell. No. You see this? So price did what? It broke. Let's do this. So do you see this place? Let me use this path. Price, this was a most recent lower high. Higher low. High. What is that? Broke. Okay. Assuming this is not sufficient enough for you. Another thing is it failed to break this high. What did it do? it made a lower high. Do you see this base here? Do you see this base here? Let me zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Do you see this 1, 2, 3, 4? This top, it's a lower high, lower low. Okay, because we know the structure is lower high, lower low. It's bearish, lower low. So let's say you didn't enter here, but you marked here. Now, because we always look at where the body closes, not the wick, it's tricky. Yes, it is. You can either decide. That is why you need room, leverage, not room and layering and leveraging for your capital. If you enter here, depending on your capital, let's say you have $1,000. If you enter here with 0.01, you could even enter over here, even here. You see this level? Assuming, because I know you would think price would have to tap this level here, then it sells. But if it doesn't, you can enter here. When price taps this week, you just put buy limits, sell limits, and then you put your stop loss here. This is the first. You can put it here or here if you want to give it room, and then scale out, because this is a 4-hour time frame. What's happening? Come on, bro. It's supposed to go somewhere. Sell all the way till down here. So, and I believe that's how I think I will be and you will be profitable. Because at the end of the day, as much as I consume or you consume a lot of content on social media about Forex, at the end of the day, it's you versus you. You've gone to school, you've done driving, but it's you and the road. You are used to Nairobi, you're used to the city. Wherever you're watching this from Stockholm, Tokyo, Denver, Colorado, New York, Singapore. You're used to the urban life. But now you need to go to the rural, or you need to develop, or you need to do something. So you need to charter that road. You need to go with that road. You need a powerful vehicle, and the vehicle is your skill. So look at that. It ended up closing below. And you know when below this level is also sellers. It had to correct again, then sell. So right now, I know it's misbehaving. So what do you do? I don't know what's up. So it's back. Let me scale in. You see, enter here. Exactly, enter here. Buy, sell limit. You could even target here. And you make bread. So I think it is through experience that it will make you confident enough to increase the lot size or even go full margin, because you are in this thing. It's in your face. You've been doing this over and over and over. When you see it, you can't unsee it. Huh? When you see it, you just can't unsee it. So right now what's happening? Price broke this lower high, made this, came back down. So now I'm confused. Is it buying or is it selling? It made this lower high, lower low. It has to make a lower high. So I would wait for a re-entry. Should be at 1.32671 for a sell, because we have to go with the higher time frame. And the higher time frame just shows that it's bearish. It shows it's bearish. It might this whole candlestick might be blue bullish, but the next candlestick might come back down aggressively to close this gap. So that's just my thought right now. Let me. Another thing maybe I should do is not mark my charts too much, because you know when you mark your charts too much, you fuck up a lot. You fuck up a lot. Yeah. So let me go back to this. Yeah. So that's it. I don't know what should I call this. The title of this. Look at this. I also failed this. I failed this. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I think another thing is when I do analysis, I think I should just be talking, kind of like teaching. I was right here. When I took this cell is because when I scale down, why is this thing taking way too long to load? It's irritating. Price failed to make a lower high, so that's why I took this cell, and it just went smoothly. So I figured price broke this level and it would continue buying up, of which it did, but it only did to make a lower high, because in the higher time frame this is a low. Ah, this low is lower than this low. This high is lower than this high. Then it had to make a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower than this high. So this was an all-trade zone. This part is an all-trade zone. It's a high risk. So ideally I would have taken a sell down here and also a sell here to here. So, and I really need a job, or I need money to be able to risk. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of a funded account, or I just save, vumilia, I persevere, and I'll just be stealthy like a fucking spider. I don't miss. Look at this. Sold with a lower high. It's now broken. So I think I'll be looking for sales below 115,921. They should be sellers. And if I scale down to the 15-minute time frame, yeah, you see, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high should be made. So when it comes below this level again, sell it, move, scale up to the 1 hour time frame. Maybe it should touch this level. Should touch this level. So forex only gets easy, I think, through experience. Actually, in everything we do, it is only experience that gets us there. We're able to navigate by ourselves. And now, like, look at this. This is a sell. It's a sell. So when price comes here, take a sell. See it up here. Oh, no. So it's made this low. It's retracing to make a lower high. Should come back down. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. If I was a famous guy and I was doing this live, maybe people would have been getting into it. So I don't want to be trading every trade. Sometimes I see things that are very terrible. Look at that. Clean. Yes, DCHF is really one of my best pairs. It really follows structure. I need to swing it one time with this DCHF. But yes, I'm going to stop there for this analysis, and then I'm going to make another video about psychology. And yeah, thank you. What should I name this? I don't know. Maybe hint. I'll name hint. Yeah, hint. Thank you. See you in the next video.